There is a moment in every relationship, every negotiation, every social interaction where explaining yourself stops being honesty and starts being a confession of weakness. Most people never notice this moment because they believe more explanation always means more understanding. But human psychology tells a different story. The more you explain yourself, the less mysterious you become, and the less mysterious you become, the easier you are to read, predict, and ultimately control. Why? Explaining yourself gives away your power. Every time you justify a decision nobody asked you to justify, you are revealing something valuable. Your reasoning, your insecurities, your emotional triggers. Robert Greene often explains that information is one of the most valuable currencies in any interaction. The person who reveals less holds more power because the other person cannot manipulate what they do not understand. Think about someone who feels the need to explain every choice they make, why they left early, why they said no, why they changed their mind. Each explanation offers a small window into their inner world. Over time, those windows add up, and the person receiving them learns exactly which arguments will work, which guilt trips will land, and which pressure points exist. This is not because they are manipulative by nature. It is simply what happens when someone is given enough information about you. Now compare that to someone who simply states a decision without justifying it. I can't make it. That doesn't work for me. No further explanation follows. This creates something the first approach never could: uncertainty. And uncertainty, uncomfortable as it may feel, is where real power quietly lives. Why mystery creates respect. Human beings are wired to fear what they cannot fully predict. This is why the person who reveals the least in a room often commands the most attention. While everyone else competes to be understood, the mysterious person remains unreadable, and unreadable people are difficult to manipulate. This does not mean becoming secretive or dishonest. It means recognizing that not every thought, feeling, or decision needs to be justified to everyone who asks. Robert Greene frequently notes that those who explain everything become predictable, and predictable people are easy to influence because their reactions can be anticipated in advance. Consider two people declining the same request. One offers a long list of reasons, apologizes repeatedly, and seems anxious about the other person's reaction. The other simply says no, calmly, without elaboration. Which one appears more confident? The second, almost every time. Their restraint signals that they do not require permission or approval to make decisions about their own life. The discipline behind staying silent, choosing not to explain yourself, requires real discipline, because human beings are naturally uncomfortable with silence. When someone questions your decision, the instinct is to fill that silence immediately with justification. Resisting that instinct is what separates people who command quiet authority from those who constantly seek validation. This discipline also protects you in another important way. Every unnecessary explanation gives someone material to argue against. If you explain 5 reasons for a decision, you have created 5 potential points of attack. If you offer none, there is nothing left to dispute. Silence in this context is not avoidance. It is strategic economy. When explanation is actually necessary, this principle does not mean cutting off honest communication in relationships built on trust. If someone who genuinely cares about you deserves clarity to avoid a real misunderstanding, offering it thoughtfully still matters. The difference lies in intention. Are you explaining because it strengthens a relationship built on mutual respect? Or are you explaining because you feel pressured to justify your existence to someone whose opinion should not carry that much weight? Final message: the less you explain, the more your presence begins to speak for itself. People stop questioning your decisions once they realize you do not need their approval to make them. This is not about becoming cold or distant. It is about understanding that your value was never dependent on being fully understood by everyone around you. Once you accept that, mystery stops feeling uncomfortable and starts feeling like quiet, unshakable power.